A new poll shows 57% of Canadians want the federal government to remove the carbon tax from everyone's home heating bills. The Leger poll was commissioned by the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, and joining me now to talk more about its findings is its director, Franco Terrazzano. Thanks so much for taking time to speak with us today.
Thanks for having me on.
Canadians from all regions took part in this poll. Can you give us an idea of just how strongly Manitobans in particular feel about axing this tax, and then maybe break down the other provinces as well?
Absolutely. So a clear majority of Canadians want the Trudeau government to do the right, fair, and obvious thing and to remove the carbon tax from everyone's home heating bill this winter. In Manitoba and Saskatchewan, they pulled the results together, and 60% of people in the prairies want the federal government to remove the carbon tax from everyone's home heating bill. But look, this gets worse for the Prime Minister because only 21% of Canadians support Trudeau's carbon tax favoritism. So the vast majority want carbon tax relief for all Canadians this winter. And if you remove the undecideds, then you have 73% of Canadians want the federal government to remove the carbon tax for everyone this winter. So, this is a very clear majority of Canadians want the federal government to do the right thing and provide everyone with carbon tax relief. And hopefully, this Leger poll commissioned by the Canadian Taxpayers Federation serves as a wake-up call for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and all of his Liberal members of Parliament to stop leaving Canadians out in the cold.
Were you surprised by the fact 22% of those polled were unaware of this issue?
Yeah, that is surprising. But look, as this issue continues to be brought to light, premiums now across Canada are essentially united against Trudeau's regional rank favoritism. So as people keep talking about this, I think more and more Canadians are going to be furious with the federal government and demand Trudeau and his Liberal government to do the right thing and remove the carbon tax from everyone's home heating bill. And especially as the winter months come rolling in, more and more people are going to be looking at their home heating bills and demanding relief from the federal government. So I think this is only going to get worse for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his Liberal members of Parliament unless they do the right thing and provide all Canadians with the carbon tax relief that they need and deserve.
This poll comes just a day after a Conservative motion to extend that carbon tax exemption to all forms of home heating, not just heating oil, was voted down. Were you surprised by that? What do you make of this?
Well, it's disappointing, right? It's disappointing that the people who are leaving their constituents out in the cold this winter are Liberal members of Parliament. Right? Why are they standing with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau instead of standing up for their constituents, right? All across Canada, all Canadians are struggling with high inflation and a high cost of living, and so many people from coast to coast are worried about their home heating bills. Well, people are going to get hammered unless Liberal members of Parliament actually stick up for their constituents. The carbon tax on natural gas alone will cost the average family about $300 this year. That's a lot of money. And as Trudeau continues to crank up his carbon tax in the years to come, the carbon tax alone on natural gas is going to cost the average family about $1,100 over the next 3 years. So look, it's the simple solution is so obvious, it's so fair, and that's for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to treat all Canadians the same and give everyone some carbon tax relief this winter.
He's been pretty firm in his stance, saying that won't happen. As you mentioned, winter is really just getting started here in Canada. Where do you see this issue going?
I think Canadians are going to continue to pressure the government to do the right thing. We just released this polling data, very, very clear that the majority of Canadians want the federal government to take the carbon tax off home heating bills. And look, the reason that Atlantic Canadians are getting some carbon tax relief is because one Liberal member of Parliament, Ken MacDonald in Newfoundland and Labrador, previously stood up for his constituents and demanded relief. Now they are getting some relief. But here's the thing. There's many Liberal members of Parliament across Canada. So when are we going to hear them speak out and stand up for their constituents to get relief for all Canadians? Because look, Canadians just can't afford the hundreds of dollars that they're going to be paying on the carbon tax on their natural gas this year. So we need Liberal members of Parliament to actually stand up for their constituents rather than sticking up for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's political career.
Franco, I want to thank you for your time and your insight today. It was great speaking with you.
Thank you.